Hi everyone, Cleus Glory Young here. Real quick, look at that. And look at this. The beauty of nature. Very beautiful. So every time I get the opportunity to come to a place like this, I come here and I use it as a moment of rejuvenating my thoughts, my feelings, my whole concept of my mental capacity. Like, this is an environment that acts like a vehicle that takes me to a whole new destination just to relax, right? So either before I go somewhere or I'm coming from somewhere and going home, I'll use this as a vehicle to help me rejuvenate myself. But beyond that, I wanted to come on here and actually share something very insightful. So I do this event, it's called Transforming Your Trauma. And each time I'm doing the event or preparing to do the event, it's like I'm seeing how deeply, and I mean deeply connected it is with things that we're not even aware of. So, perfect example. When I started to do this type of event now, Transforming Your Trauma, but prior to that, I used to think that trauma was just something that someone would go through, or having some type of difficult experience, and then that now what you would say calculate to them having a traumatic experience. That's what I thought trauma was before. So for me, I didn't even see how myself was in that traumatic experience. Now that I started to understand it from a deeper, and I mean deeper angle, I started to see how trauma is interrelated to all of us. To all of us, whether you understand it or not. Here's another thing that I saw. So the first thing that comes to mind when I hear the word trauma is a woman. The first thing that comes to my mind, when I hear the word trauma is a woman. Just like you would say, hey, what is the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the word McDonald's? Some people will say the Big Mac, right? Because that's what they're known for. What would be the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the word Burger King or Nike or Apple or Android? Like, those things for me now is when I hear the word trauma, the first thing that comes to mind is a woman. And if you truly understand how deep, and I mean deeply connected that is to who you are, then you'll understand how you yourself would actually go through that trauma experience as well. But beyond that, here's something insightful that I want to share, which has to do with the beauty, right? And also a woman. So let's put it this way. As a woman, I'm asking you this pivotal question. Why do you wear makeup? Think about it. Why do you wear makeup? And from the surface, you may say, hey, I put on makeup so I could look beautiful. Yes. But that's just the surface level. This is why I'm saying things are so deep, we don't even understand how deep they are and connected to other things. So let me ask another question. What other entity on this planet that uses the same amount of makeup as a woman or even more? What other entity on this planet that uses the same amount of makeup as a woman or even more? And I'm not talking about a clown. That's just for job responsibility. When I asked myself that question, the answer that came up was the dead. When someone dies, right, they apply makeup. But the interesting part of it, right, is not that they apply makeup to make the person look beautiful, but they applied makeup to make the person come alive. So the woman puts on makeup for her to look beautiful, but they put on makeup on the dead so the person could come alive. Listen to this. When you die, right, your facial feature and other organs and stuff like that, right, they start to deteriorate. So what happens now, they may leave some type of discoloration on the skin, right? They may leave some type of mark. They may leave some type of blemish on that process of what you would call the skin depleting, right? So when you look at that now, aren't those the same things that causes a woman to wear makeup? Because of the blemish, because of the discoloration, because of certain mark. So when you look at how deeply connected those two entities are, you realize that you're not just putting on makeup because you want to look beautiful. You're putting on makeup because internally you died. Someone came along and told you that you're ugly, and that part of you died inside. So now you have to put on the makeup to look beautiful. Again, look at this place. Natural beauty. This is what God created. And someone don't come here and try to make this up. We enjoy the beauty of what it is. The same context of the woman. She's beautiful until someone comes along and told her that she's ugly, and then she internalized that and killed herself from the inside. So now she has to put on that beautiful context of what is called makeup. So I'm going to hide the blemish. I'm going to hide the discoloration. I'm going to hide the marks. And I get it. Some people, these things are by default, right? But I'm talking about women out there. When you see them, they're so naturally beautiful. And it's like they still have to put on makeup just to feel beautiful. So when you start to look at it, it's not that you're putting on makeup because you want to look beautiful as society has told us, right? It's to fit the standard of what society considered beautiful. And if you're going to fit that standard, then what happens? You have to kill the natural beauty first. Again, look at this. Beautiful. No one comes here and try to beautify this place. We enjoy the natural beauty of what God created it to be. And it's the same thing. The natural beauty of who you are as a woman is there until someone comes along and kill that natural beauty. So you actually put on makeup so you can come alive from an external standpoint, which is what they put on the makeup on the dead for the external context. So when you go to a funeral and you see the person from the external standpoint, the person look what? Alive. So really think about it, how deeply, and I mean deeply connected these things are. And all of this I'm understanding just by me dealing with that event, transforming your trauma. Because I'm seeing it from a totally different angle. And again, the first thing that comes to my mind when I hear the word trauma is woman. And if you look at the word trauma and how it's spelled, if you understand that, even in that context of the spelling, woman is inside of it and you don't even see it. I'm telling you, these things are so deep, man. But that's what I wanted to come on here and share with you. Why are you utilizing something to make yourself look beautiful and fit the standard of society? Is because internally you killed yourself from your natural God-given beauty to now enhancing what society will make you believe that is the epitome of being beautiful. So think about that, right? In the meantime, God bless.